President Biden visits all three 9/11 crash sites over the weekend, honoring the 20th anniversary of the terror attacks. Many football stadiums are welcoming back fans at full capacity.
Talking about the choice to remain unvaccinated as the choice to go out and drive intoxicated,
despite the continuing COVID-19 pandemic. And plus, the Dolphins' young Alabama quarterback
to a 1st and 10 going deep, and what a catch is made by Waddle!
Goes up against an even younger Alabama quarterback. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Danelle Dukin.
And I'm Zitlali Solate. Today is Monday, September 13th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Heartbreak and healing. President Biden headed to church in Delaware Sunday after spending his Saturday at all three of the 9/11 crash sites. The president deciding it was important for him to be in Pennsylvania, Virginia, and New York, but not to take attention away from the victims' families by speaking.
In his first report from SFMN's Washington, D.C. Bureau, Fabian Osorio has the details.
President Biden is back at the White House this morning after weekend stops in New York, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. He visited all three crash sites from the terrorist attack 20 years earlier.
The Bidens, Obamas, and Clintons attended the 9/11 memorial event in New York's World Trade Center. President Joe Biden, along with former Presidents Barack Obama and George W. Bush, joined to commemorate the occasion.
At a time when nativism could have stirred hatred and violence against people perceived as outsiders, I saw Americans reaffirm their welcome to immigrants and refugees. That is the nation I know.
In New York City, nearly 3,000 names were read aloud, accompanied by 6 moments of silence. President Biden also stating how difficult it is to visit the sites.
These memorials are really important, but they're also incredibly difficult for the people who are affected by it.
After leaving New York City, President Biden also made a stop and paid his respects in Cheswold, Pennsylvania for the ceremony of Flight 93.
What happened on Flight 93 told us then, and it still tells us, so much about the courage of those on board who gave everything they possibly could.
In Arlington, Virginia, the President Flores and VP Kamala Harris conclude their visit by laying a wreath at the Pentagon.
We must challenge ourselves, yes, to look back, to remember. We must also look toward the future.
Also timed with the 9/11 anniversary, President Biden last week signed an executive order calling for the possible declassification of documents related to the attack. In Washington, D.C., Fabian Osorio, South Florida Media Network.
Speaking of declassified 9/11 documents, the first of them was released over the weekend. The FBI declassifying part of their investigation into the 9/11 attack. The agency revealing that it suspected the Saudi government gave support to the hijackers. The document still contains significant redactions. The Saudi embassy in D.C. calls the claim false but says it welcomes the release.
A sailboat packed with Haitian refugees was intercepted by the Coast Guard off the South Florida coast. It was yesterday near Biscayne Bay. According to the Coast Guard, there were about 80 migrants on board the boat. The Haitian refugees attempted to immigrate to the U.S., which comes after a devastating earthquake and political turmoil after the assassination of Haiti's president in July.
The Texas coast is now under a tropical storm warning after Tropical Storm Nicholas. It is expected to make landfall along the coast tomorrow, with 5 to 10 inches of rain expected in parts of Texas and Louisiana. The storm could also bring heavy winds, flash floods, and a 2 to 4 foot storm surge.
Many Americans are eager to get back to normal despite the continuing COVID-19 pandemic. Many college and NFL football stadiums are welcoming back fans at full capacity this weekend, even with high rates of hospitalizations and deaths across the country. The network's Christopher Gomez reports.
Things have finally quieted down here at Hard Rock Stadium as UM won their first game of the season. But many are concerned that packed stadiums could lead to an increase in COVID cases.
Touchdown, Miami.
This year, we ready.
What a difference a year makes, from tailgating to fans back at football stadiums.
This is the first time as a sophomore student, this is the first time that I was really able to experience the student section at Hard Rock Stadium. I had an excellent time.
Some of the biggest college football powerhouses like the University of Georgia and the University of Miami hosting games at full capacity with no public health mandates. Not everyone is happy about it, including this college professor.
The football season descending upon us is a cause for a great deal of terror. The Board of Regents has to take notice and do the right thing.
CDC data shows an average of more than 1,100 people died in the U.S. from COVID-19 each day in the week ending on Thursday. And in the midst of President Biden mandating vaccines for many workers, Governor Ron DeSantis had this to say.
You should not lose your job just because Joe Biden is having this hissy fit.
Both the NFL and the NCAA, which play games here at Hard Rock Stadium, are encouraging their fans, coaches, and players to receive the vaccine, but no mandate is in place as of yet. Reporting in Miami Gardens, Christopher Gomez, South Florida Media Network.
The Miami Dolphins squeaking out a win against their division rival, the New England Patriots. It was the battle of ex-Alabama quarterbacks. Tua Tagovailoa went 16 for 27 with a touchdown and an interception. Rookie Mac Jones got the start for the New England, having a great NFL game, throwing for 281 yards and a touchdown. Pats running back Damian Harris fumbled the ball on a potentially game-winning drive for New England, sealing the win for Miami. The final score 17-16.
Saturday's Cane game was the talk of college football, but not for what happened on the field.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible, she must be a keeper.
COVID-19 has changed how we stomp the yard and feel the beat. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to strolling instead of scrolling. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I get it? Is it free?
It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your fam.
A big win for Lil Nas X on one of the music's biggest nights. The MTV Video Music Awards were held yesterday and did not disappoint.
The network's Alejandra Garcia is in the control center to tell us about the best performances and a pop star's push for women's rights.
Some of the biggest names in music to the stage at the Barclays Center in New York City on Sunday. From exciting performances to powerful speeches, this year's VMAs were a celebration of joy. This includes some of the highlights of one of the first events of the year to have a fan-filled in-person attendance, setting the bar high for the rest of the award shows to come during the rest of the year. In the control center, Alejandra Garcia, South Florida Media Network.
Catch of the game, a stray cat that now has at least 8 more lives after falling at Hard Rock Stadium during a college football game. This might have been the highlight of the game. A fan who brought an American flag put it to good use when a stray cat was seen dangling off the seats of the stadium. That's when fans reacted quickly and prepared to catch the cat. The cat has now been rescued and the University of Miami has donated to the Humane Society.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Danelle Dukin.
And I'm Zitlali Solache. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.